Hello everyone, welcome back to Sydney and Starlet, and if you're new here, welcome, enjoy the videos. So today me and Sydney are going to be reading Disney Planes. So let's begin. Dusty zoomed over Prop Wash Junction. The little crop dusting plane was practicing for the Wings Around the Globe rally. Dusty could be the first crop duster to ever win the race. Chug, a fuel truck, was Dusty's coach, but they had to stop practice for the day when Dusty started leaking oil. "You're not built to race," Dottie, the local mechanic, told Dusty as she fixed him once again. Chug thought an old Navy fighter named Skipper might be a better coach. Everyone had heard about all the daring missions Skipper had flown, but Skipper didn't fly any longer, though no one knew why. He sure wasn't interested in helping Dusty. "Go home. You're in over your head, kid," snarled the grumpy warplane, slamming the door. So Chug kept training his friend until it was time for the qualifying race. Dusty was thrilled to see racing champ Ripslinger and his teammates Ned and Zed arrive. But Ripslinger didn't think Dusty belonged in the race and made fun of him. So did the crowd. Dusty tried to focus. He needed to finish in the top 5 to qualify for the rally. Though Dusty flew really well, he finished in 6th place. It looked like Dusty's dream was over until the 5th plane finisher was disqualified for cheating. Dusty was in the rally. Reluctantly, Skipper agreed to coach Dusty, if only to keep him from crashing. Skipper encouraged his new student to fly above the clouds, where the tail wings would give Dusty more speed. Dusty had to admit his big secret. He was afraid of heights. "We'll work on that," Skipper told him. Because Dusty wouldn't fly high, Skipper had him race against the shadow of a very fast plane that was passed over Prop Wash Junction every day. After lots of practice, Dusty could finally beat it. Soon it was time for the rally. Dusty flew to New York and met the other racers. Most weren't very friendly. "Every plane for himself," Bulldog, the British champion, informed Dusty. Finally, the race began. The racers took off for Iceland, the first leg of the rally. While the others flew high above the clouds, Dusty flew low and almost hit an iceberg. He arrived shivering hours after everyone else. "You've got to try to fly higher," Skipper advised when Dusty called on the radio. During the next leg of the race, Bulldog leaked oil and couldn't see. Dusty helped him land safely in Germany, even though it meant Dusty was in last place again. Bulldog was very grateful. Later, the racers gathered at the local oil hall. A German car rolled up to Dusty and thanked him for showing what little planes could do. Then the car transformed himself into a plane. He suggested Dusty make a change too. So, Dusty had his heavy crop dusting gear removed. He felt like a new plane. Dusty flew like a new plane too. In the 3rd leg, he passed one racer after another in the mountains. The agile little plane was good at flying low and going around obstacles. When Dusty landed in India, reporters surrounded him. Ripslinger wasn't happy about that. A reporter asked Dusty where he learned how to race. "From my coach Skipper," answered Dusty. "He's a great instructor and a great friend." Back at home, Skipper watched Dusty on TV. The warplane decided to try to fly. Out on the runway, Skipper started his engine, took a deep breath, and shut himself down again. He just couldn't do it. The next leg of the race went through the Himalayan mountains to Nepal. Dusty was afraid to fly over the mountains. A racer from India suggested that Dusty follow train tracks through a valley instead. Dusty took her advice, but the train tracks disappeared into a tunnel. Dusty flew in and nearly crashed into a train. but when Dusty landed, he was in first place. Later, Dusty realized that he had been tricked. The racer from India was helping Ripslinger try to knock Dusty out of the race. By now, Dusty had become the star of the rally. Millions of working vehicles all over the world were cheering him on as he flew the next leg to China. From China, the racers soared over to the Pacific Ocean, heading for Mexico. Most climbed above the clouds, but Dusty stayed low. Suddenly, Zed sneaked up and broke off Dusty's antenna. Without it, Dusty quickly flew off course. Two Navy fighters pulled up beside him just as Dusty was running out of fuel. They told him to follow them to their aircraft carrier. It was Skipper's old ship. On board, Dusty found Skipper's photo. Only one mission was listed underneath it. Dusty was confused. Skipper was supposed to have flown lots of daring missions. Meanwhile, a nearby storm was growing worse. Dusty was quickly repaired and refueled, and the Navy crew launched him on his way. Still, Dusty was caught in the storm. He was flying so low that a wave crashed over him. He made a desperate call for help before he was swept underwater. A Mexican Navy helicopter arrived just in time. The helicopter brought a banged-up Dusty to Mexico. Chug, Dottie, and Skipper were there waiting for him. Skipper confessed to Dusty that he had flown only one mission. It had turned out so badly that Skipper hadn't had the courage to fly again. Dusty was upset that Skipper had lied to him. "At least you were honest," Dusty told Dottie. "You said I wasn't built for this." Dottie told him she had been wrong. "You're a racer," she declared. The other racers agreed. They even brought Dusty all the parts he needed so that he could finish the rally. While Dottie fixed her friend, Chug watched Ripslinger on TV. He noticed something that he thought might help Dusty win. It was time for the last leg of the race. Dusty blasted off the runway and soon was right behind Ripslinger. "Let's end this," Ripslinger told Ned and Zed. The three dived toward Dusty, pushing him toward the rocks. Suddenly, Skipper appeared and saved Dusty. The warplane was flying again. Ripslinger zoomed ahead. The only way Dusty could catch him was to fly above the clouds. Inspired by Skipper, Dusty flew high. Tailwinds rocketed him forward. Whoosh! Dusty quickly caught up to the Ripslinger. Ripslinger had no idea that Dusty was behind him. As Ripslinger neared the finish line, the hotshot leaned towards the cameras, showing off. This was what Chug had noticed on TV, and Dusty was ready. The small plane swerved and blasted past Ripslinger for the win. Dusty thanked his friends for their help. He was especially grateful to Skipper, who had faced his fear of flying to help Dusty. Because of Skipper, Dusty's dream of being the fastest racer had come true. That is the end. So that is it for today, everyone. Really hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pick out your favorite page. Who's your favorite character?
Up.
The word up? Alright. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Helicopter? Okay.